So here's today's project. I'm going to be working on replacing this old water heater for a couple of reasons. One, we're going to redo the floor and we want to get that done before we have this thing fail in the future. It's also quite old, 2005, so it's due. And then on top of it, we have some questionable things going on. If you look real close here, whoever worked on this last took a 4500 watt water heater, scribbled it out, and did something else. I don't know if they changed out the elements or they changed out the wire, but we have a 12-2 wire, so it's a little underrated and it's looking kind of sketchy. So definitely going to be something we need to get done. So what we've done already is run a 10-2 wire to the panel. Haven't hooked anything up yet, but all the new water heaters nowadays suggest 10-2, so that's what we've done. And then I'm also going to put in disconnect, 30 amp disconnect that you could use. This one is fusible. There was a shortage of non-fused ones, so this is the only one that I got right now, but which is fine. Can't have too many fuses in line. So we're gonna go ahead and install that one, put that on the wall, and then do our whip from there all the way down over to here, and then we're gonna work on the panel as well. Inside of our box here, we have the disconnect. We have our pull out, which where we can apply our 30 amp fuses in each side. The directions. And then even it has labeled here where you can label the lugs, or right below the lugs, your load and your line, and then your grounding clock. So pretty straightforward. I'm going to take this and then go ahead and attach it to the wall now. For sake of ease, I'm going to put the whips into the side now while I got it off the wall and make it a little bit easier. Now that I got the punch out, I'm going to go ahead and take the adapter and put it onto the wire rubber whip. Doing it here again will make installing it a little bit easier on the box. Add the nut to it. I'm going to have mine go up. So, like that. Get a screwdriver. Tighten it up a bit. And there we go. Put that in there for now. While I got it here, I'm going to go ahead and knock out this other side to bring the feed into the box. Okay, now we can put it on the wall. to try and make this a cleaner install, I want to put this up high so I can run the whip up under and then have it come down to make the wires just drop right down instead of having things run across and get kind of in the way. So that's the idea. So I'm going to try to do that, but without making it too high where I can't shimmy it between the beam and the ductwork. So I'll go ahead and try to do that now. There's that. Now, tricky part. See if I can get this up and over. And looks like we are a little short. So unfortunately this is not gonna work. So I think we're gonna have to simply just come up and then come straight across down in. So once we get the new water heater, we're going to tack this on the wall, and then we will come straight over and put it down right into the wire connection. The next wire that I'm going to run is going to be this one here. Run it right in through this knockout, and then get us ready to strip. So I bought one of these, the non-metallic 3/8 knockouts. So I'm just going to put these in here and then run the wire through so it can't get pulled out. So here we are at the panel, and here is the old breaker for the water heater. So it's 20 amp, and again we need to boost that up. We're going to switch that out to 30, and then you can see the wires coming in. These look like they have old cloth on them, but they also look like they're a bit crispy. So I don't know if you can see into there. Those don't look so good, so I think it'll be a good idea for us to be switching that out anyways. Gone ahead already and run the new wire. Now fish through that ceiling up top, then over there, and then down. So it's about 50 feet of wire I had to run just for this particular wire. I'm getting to the point where I'm almost done wiring the box. I did most of this off camera just for the sake of ease. But we've got the one line coming down. Then we've got it hooked into the respective line, your grounding block. And then we have it coming out to the load. And then once that's done, we can go ahead and put our cover on. We're gonna keep our fuses out for now until everything's all done. And then when finished draining this out, I'm gonna go ahead and start taking everything apart, and that'll be. Now the next step is gonna be disconnect our wire and our connections while we have the water tank draining. So it's almost done, but I'm gonna go ahead and do this stuff now. Just to double check that the wires are not hot. I'm gonna use my tester, test another wire nearby, and that's going off. And we'll test this one, and that's good. So that's off. So we can go ahead and disconnect this. And then I'm gonna take these same wire nuts and just put them right back on, just until we remove the wires, and we're good to go. I'm not the one who installed this, so I'm not really sure what all this tape is about, but it doesn't look great. Got that there. I am gonna put new shark bite connections on, but I'm gonna take these off with this connector right here, just to make it a little easier. I've never used this before, so we're gonna see how it goes. I've got play up top, because again, whoever put it in didn't attach brackets, they just kind of left it flopping around like a fish. So, see if this will work. Yep. See, you can see how everything's just kind of dangling. Water's off, it's been drained for a while. Take this one out. So I'm gonna take a bag and put it on there. If I need to, I'll just tape it for now. Just do this. Keep the mess to a minimum. And then next thing, check and make sure it's drained, and then I get to wheel this thing out of here. All right, now it's time to get this beast out of here. So now that I got this out of the house, I'm gonna take off, unsweat this pipe so that I can keep this just in case I need it on the other one. So I might as well save it if I can. Now I got the pipe off. I thought it was interesting to see what was inside of this. Badly corroded in there, and I'm curious if it's been compromised at this point with all the corrosion. As you can tell by the flooring, you can tell that I've already installed the water heater over top of the new flooring. I ended up running into a bunch of supply issues where I had to just wait a week for this part, week for the next part, and I wasn't able to get a lot of it on camera. So I just wanted to follow up and do a recap of what I did. So after running the new wire, this one here, and then put new box in, ran the whip, and then I put it in here. Unfortunately, due to supply issues, again, I was only able to get braided wire. So I got this grounding block so that I could attach it to the water heater correctly. And then the other wires were just wire nuts, so that wasn't a big deal. And then I added the expansion tank on the cold water side. And you also might be able to tell that we have a bit of a red light right there. So 8 months after I installed it, it then started to throw errors. And I've already gotten the manufacturer involved, and they've actually brought out plumbers twice, replaced a whole bunch of parts, and still no fix. So unfortunately, it looks like they're going to be replacing the water heater because of something gone wrong. I think it is an electronic in here, because they've replaced power board, they've replaced this automatic shut-off valve, they've replaced thermostat wires in the bottom here. So the only thing left for them to do was actually replace this piece right here. But they decided that they were just going to replace the whole water heater, which I was kind of surprised at. So, you know, I put the pan also underneath here, and I plumbed it in so that it would go back and then go to the sump pump drain, just in case there was ever a leak or some type of issue that wasn't caught by this automatic shutoff. I've never had one of these before, so I'm not really sure if they work all the time or what's going on with those. But never be too careful. I also reused the plumbing pipe, the copper pipe, with the new hot water blow off. I mean, it's not going to be working. It just goes down to the ground there. So, you know, I should probably push the water heater forward a little bit, or the pan back a little bit, so if there is ever a drip, it goes directly into the pan. But I think that got shifted only because we have this here. If I shift that all the way forward, then there was a little bit of an issue connecting right there. So I've got a plumber coming at some point to replace this one, and hopefully that one goes smoothly. It's been a decent water heater. The app I really didn't use until it actually went bad, and even the app was giving me different issues from what I have here. This one light says thermistor, but on the app it says that this shut-off valve doesn't work. And even though we replaced the thermistor in the bottom, it still doesn't fix the issue. So there's my water heater replacement. On to the next one. Time to empty it out for replacement.